Alright, I just need to say this out loud because I think we all need to talk about it. We are 5.5 months away from GTA 6 coming out. 5.5 months. And we still only have two trailers. Just two. And the last trailer we got was trailer 2, and since then, Rockstar has given us absolutely nothing. No update, no teasers, no social media posts, absolutely nothing. And the craziest part is that it's not even normal by Rockstar's own standards. Like Rockstar has always been a company that does things their own way, and they've always moved at their own pace. But even by their own historical patterns, what is happening right now makes absolutely no sense. They are completely in uncharted waters, and I think it's important to just acknowledge that before we get into anything else, because the situation we are in right now is genuinely unprecedented for this company. And look, I'm gonna be upfront about something because I think it needs to be said, alright? I was wrong, alright? I predicted that we were gonna get something in May, and guess what? So did everybody else. Everybody thought that we're getting something in May. The entire community was essentially united around that idea, and we were all completely and utterly wrong. And I'm not going to sit here and pretend otherwise, because anybody who is on YouTube right now telling you that they know exactly what Rockstar is going to do is lying to you. Nobody knows. I don't know. The biggest GTA channels don't know. The leakers don't even know. We're all just guessing at this point, and May proved that in a pretty humbling way. So I'm done making confident date predictions, and I just want to have an honest conversation about where things actually stand right now. So there is actually something that came out recently that explains a lot about why we still don't have a trailer. And it basically came out that Rockstar is actively aware of every single prediction and date that the community has ever put out there. And they're genuinely paying attention even though they say absolutely nothing publicly. They are watching everything. And not only that, but it came out that they have actually been trolling journalists who predict specific release dates. And they're aware of all the guesses, and they're deliberately avoiding those dates that are predicted. So think about that for a second. We might have actually had trailer 3 already if the community hadn't been so loud and specific about when the trailers were coming. So every time somebody with a big platform says that a trailer is dropping on a specific date, Rockstar actually sees it and they actively move and change the date to a different date. They're literally controlling the community at this point, and it's both incredibly messed up, but it's also kind of impressive because I don't think any other game company has ever done that in history. What makes all of this even more wild when you think about it is Strauss-Zelnick famously said that marketing cycles have been now cut from a full year to 6 months. So, 6 months, right? So if you count 6 months back from November 19th, then you would be right around May, which is where we were. But now we're in early June, which means that if they are sticking to that 6 month window, the trailer needed to come out like a couple of weeks ago. And here we are with nothing. So either the 6 month thing was not as concrete as we thought it was, or GTA 6 is genuinely going to have the smallest marketing window of any major Rockstar release in history. And neither of those things are particularly comfortable when you are somebody who's like following this game closely, like I am, or a bunch of you guys are. And the window is shrinking every single day, and Rockstar just doesn't really seem to be in a hurry at all, which is genuinely insane given that this is the biggest video game of our entire life, and they're just deciding to pull this shit. And I want to come back to the community for a second because the state of GTA Twitter and YouTube and Reddit right now is something else entirely, alright? People are absolutely losing their shit. And like genuinely losing their fucking mind. There are people basically who have given up hope completely, and they're just saying like the game comes out when it comes out, and they basically completely checked out. And then there are people who are convinced that the game is going to get delayed again, and there are also a bunch of people who are just extremely angry and they can't even engage with GTA 6 content without just being furious in the comments. And then there's also some people who are deep, they're so deep into it that they're camping outside of Rockstar headquarters with literal spy equipment trying to pick up audio from inside the studio. So, and this is true, this is actually something real, guys. Someone was literally outside of Rockstar HQ with listening equipment trying to hear what was going on inside the building. And honestly, at this point, I understand. I get it. I get it. I understand why the insanity is so crazy and like why people are going insane. I just feel like everyone is desperate for any kind of signal or anything that the game is still coming. Let me also address the elephant in the room because this is something everybody is talking about, and that is if we're getting another delay. So, do I think GTA 6 is getting delayed? Personally, no, I don't. I genuinely don't think so. But here's what I won't do, and that's sit here and tell you with 100% confidence that there's going to be no delay coming, alright? Because that would be a lie. Nobody can tell you for certain right now anything. So anyone on YouTube who is guaranteeing you that there's no delay and, hear things like that, they're just telling you what you want to hear. The honest answer is that a delay is actually possible. I don't think it is likely, but I think it's possible. And pretending otherwise doesn't really help anything. What I will say though is that nothing we've seen so far is a confirmed sign of a delay. The November 19th date is still officially on the table, and until Rockstar says otherwise, that's what we're all working with. So if I had to give you my honest gut feeling on when we're going to see trailer 3, I would probably say late June. That's where I'm at right now. It is the start of the summer officially, and it lines up reasonably well with the marketing window if it is going to be a tighter window than we're expecting, which it's looking like it is. And it feels like the moment where Rockstar just kind of can't hold back anymore. Now, could it be July? Yeah, I mean, it absolutely could be July. Could it even be August? At this point, I can't even rule that out because a few months ago, I would have told you that it was impossible, that Rockstar would have shown us something by now. But the way that it is, Rockstar has actually shown us that they will do whatever they want, whenever they want. So late July is my hope, and it is kind of my gut feeling, but I am holding on to that pretty loosely because I've learned my lesson. I feel like we all learned our lesson, and I'm done being too confident with any of these predictions. So here is where I am with all of this, alright? Rockstar is trolling us deliberately. The marketing window is tighter than any of us expected. The community is somewhere between frustrated and completely and utterly unhinged. And none of us actually know when the trailer is coming. But what I still believe is that it is coming and that the game is coming out this year. And I am not in the camp of people who have given up or who think that this is all falling apart. I think Rockstar is just doing what Rockstar does, which is move entirely on their own terms and make everyone around them lose their mind in the damn process. It's annoying and it's wild and it is completely on brand for them, unfortunately. So all we can really do is just stay ready and try not to go completely crazy in the next couple of weeks or months maybe. And yeah, I mean, that's really it. So let me know in the comments what you are thinking right now. Do you think trailer 3 is coming soon? Do you think there is going to be another delay? And have you lost hope or are you still locked in? I want to hear where you guys are all at. And if you're still riding with GTA 6 content, please like and subscribe. It really does help me out. And I'm going to be covering everything as it happens. I have a very unfiltered take and I'm just a guy sharing my thoughts. But yeah, anyways, that's going to do it for this one. And I will see you guys in the next one. With that being said, stay healthy, stay safe, and I will see you in Vice City.